My name is Mary Jean Watts. I review records after everyone stops paying attention. This file came to me 3 weeks late. That already told me someone hoped I would rush. The patient was a woman in her early 60s. Rehab admission after a fall. The intake note said, minor injury. The nursing notes told a different story, but only if you read them in order. On day 2, a CNA documented bruising on the inside of the left arm. On day 3, another note described the same bruise, but called it old. Same size, same location, different explanation. I flagged it, quietly. Then I noticed the timestamps. 2 progress notes were written hours apart, but signed at the same minute. One by a nurse manager, one by a physician who was not on site that day. No one mentioned that during the care conference. They talked about discharge planning. They talked about insurance days. They talked around the body. The family called twice. Both calls logged as resolved. No summary, no follow-up. I checked the incident reports next. There was one. Then there was not. The index showed a report number. The file itself was gone. Not missing, removed. That was when the emails changed. Short answers, delayed replies, a request to finish my review early. On my last day, a nurse I barely knew stopped me near the elevator. She did not lower her voice. She did not look nervous. She said, "You are not wrong." Then she said, "They already picked who this will land on." Then she walked away. By the time I submitted my findings, the bruise was no longer mentioned anywhere. The fall date had changed. The physician's signature issue was corrected retroactively. The patient was discharged the next morning. 2 days later, my contract ended early. No explanation, no complaint, just silence. I still think about the incident report that vanished. Someone wrote it, someone deleted it, and someone else is counting on the story ending there. Okay, now listen. If you want to hear what happens next, comment next and follow for more stories. I did not expect the family to call me directly. They were not supposed to have my number. The daughter left a voicemail first. She said her mother could not lift her left arm anymore. She said no one had explained why. I listened to the message twice before pulling the chart back up. The arm was mentioned one last time in a late-night nursing note. Limited range of motion, pain with repositioning, no new orders. That note was written 12 minutes after a supervisor signed off for the night. I checked staffing logs. The CNA who documented the original bruise was floated the next morning. Different unit, different floor. No further notes from her after day 3. Then I found something worse. A physical therapy eval had been uploaded and then replaced. Same file name, different content. The original version mentioned guarding. Pain response inconsistent with a simple fall. Recommended imaging. The replacement version removed those lines. Kept the signature, kept the date. Someone edited the body and trusted nobody would compare versions. I emailed administration with a narrow question. I did not accuse, I asked for clarification. No response. 2 hours later, the chart locked. Read-only access. That night, another nurse emailed me from a personal account. No greeting, no signature. She wrote, "They told us to stop writing anything that might look like a pattern." Then she added, "The arm injury happened during a transfer." Then she added, "She screamed." I checked incident reports again. The number reappeared. Different category, marked equipment issue. No injury listed. By morning, the email thread disappeared from my inbox. My access returned. The chart unlocked. Someone wanted me to see enough. Not everything. I called the daughter back. I told her I could not give opinions. I told her to request records immediately. I told her to ask for imaging reports by name. She went quiet. Then she said, "They already warned us not to push." That was the moment the story stopped being about documentation. If you want to hear what happened to the daughter, comment next and follow for part 3. You are going to want this one. I thought the daughter would stop calling. Most families do, once pressure starts working. She did not. She called again 3 days later. Her voice sounded different, controlled, prepared. She said she requested the records like I told her. She said the facility delayed. She said something arrived anyway. An imaging report. Date stamped 2 days after discharge. Ordered under a different physician. The report showed a fracture. Old enough to miss, new enough to explain the arm. She asked me one question. Why would imaging be done after my mother left? I did not answer directly. I asked who ordered it. She gave me the name, the same physician whose signature had been corrected retroactively, the one who was not on site, the one whose notes always arrived late. That night, I reviewed my saved copies again, files I kept off the system, versions nobody knew I had. There was a progress note written the morning of discharge, never finalized, never signed. It mentioned a transfer, mechanical lift, a delay while staff waited for help. The last line stopped mid-sentence. The next day, I received a message from an unfamiliar number. No introduction. It said, "You should not be involved anymore." 5 minutes later, another message arrived. They said the family lawyered up. They said administration was blaming a single aide. They said the fracture was being reframed as unavoidable. Then the message ended with one sentence. They are asking who told her to ask for records. That was when I understood my role had changed. I was no longer reviewing a story. I was inside it. The daughter emailed me that afternoon. Short message, no emotion. She wrote, "They offered us a settlement before we finished reading the file." That told me everything. Facilities do not settle fast unless they know what exists or what someone kept. I did not reply. By evening, my phone stopped receiving messages altogether. Email bounced. Access revoked again. I checked public records one last time. The aide whose name had been floated earlier was terminated. The physician remained on staff. The supervisor received a promotion. And the imaging order was amended. Time corrected, location changed. Clean, efficient. Someone else was being taught a lesson. And someone else was being protected. I closed the file and saved my notes. Because stories like this do not end when people think they do. They wait. If you want to hear what happened after the settlement, comment next and follow for part 4. Trust me, you do not want to miss this one. The settlement closed fast. Too fast for paperwork to keep up. The daughter stopped answering calls. Her lawyer sent one letter, then nothing. Facilities like silence after money changes hands. This one did not get it. 2 weeks later, a staff schedule leaked online. No names crossed out, no edits. It showed who worked the night of the transfer, who signed off, who left early. Someone circled 3 names in red. One of them belonged to the supervisor who signed the altered note. Another belonged to the nurse manager who corrected the physician's signature. And the third belonged to someone I did not expect. Risk management. The leak disappeared within hours. Screenshots did not. That same afternoon, an internal memo went out. Mandatory documentation training, zero-tolerance language, a reminder about outside communication. Panic dressed up as policy. I heard from the nurse again. Different account, short message. She wrote, "They are rewriting timelines across multiple charts." Then she added, "They are looking for a scapegoat with no union." By the next morning, a CNA was escorted out. Same one floated earlier. Same one who documented the bruise first. Her notes were labeled inconsistent. Her performance record updated retroactively. 3 warnings dated the same day. The system closed ranks. Then something shifted. A local reporter requested public inspection logs. Not patient names, patterns, injuries, transfers, after-hours documentation. Administration blamed a clerical error. Risk management resigned quietly. The supervisor went on leave. No announcement, no explanation. I searched the records one last time. The imaging report was still there, buried, unchanged. Because some things cannot be undone without creating a new problem. I never heard from the daughter again, but I did see the facility name appear in a civil docket. Different plaintiff, different injury. Same lift, same shift. Stories like this never stand alone. They echo. Okay, now we are at the breaking point. If you want to hear how this finally ends, comment next and follow for part 5. Trust me, you do not want to miss this one. The inspection report was released on a Friday afternoon. They always choose Fridays. No patient names, no dramatic wording, just tables, dates, and counts. Transfers during understaffed shifts, delayed imaging orders, incident reports filed, then reclassified. Patterns instead of stories. By Monday morning, the facility issued a statement. They said they took accountability seriously. They said they were cooperating fully. By Tuesday, the physician whose name kept appearing stopped signing charts. No announcement, no farewell. His name still appeared in old records. It just stopped appearing in new ones. The supervisor never returned from leave. Her position was posted quietly. Different title, same office. The aide stayed gone. That part did not change. The report did not trend online. It circulated. Administrators forwarded it quietly. Attorneys highlighted sections. Facilities with similar staffing ratios pulled their own numbers. That is how consequences spread. Not loudly, accurately. The following week, I sat through a compliance webinar. Different facility, same slides. Transfers, documentation, escalation protocols. Nobody mentioned the aide. Her name did not belong in this version of the story. I checked public dockets one last time. The family case was sealed. A different case appeared 2 counties over. Different injury, same lift, same shift. That is how patterns surface. 1 report never does it. 2 start to worry people. I reviewed a final update before closing the file. A compliance note added weeks late. It said corrective measures had been implemented. No details. That is how systems apologize. They correct paperwork. They do not correct harm. I archived my copies. I logged my final hours. I moved on to the next contract. People ask if stories like this end. They do. They end when attention becomes inconvenient. They end when silence costs more than exposure. They end when enough people stop calling it an exception. This one ended because someone noticed patterns instead of excuses. That was enough. Thanks for listening. Now is your turn. What should MJ Watts investigate next? ER cover-ups, nursing home neglect, or insurance fraud? Comment your pick and follow for the next case.